Good morning. It is currently 11:11 as we start this reading. It's the overall message of the Divine Collective. I had to turn that music down a little bit because it's right by the computer. So just shuffling for overall Spirit wants us to do. Okay. Energies. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so for the first group, we have worry equals block, so let it go. Don't fret and worry and think about things over and over. Just let it go. Don't release it or surrender it to the Divine. The Great Spirit will handle it, and that they will resolve. There will be a resolve for your highest good. Thank you, Spirit. You are appreciated. Show gratitude to others, and that gratitude will come back to you as well. But you are appreciated. You are worthy. You are loved. Daily meditation is required to reach your attunement with your higher self, to balance your chakras daily, activate them. But Great Spirit wants you to meditate daily. It's healing yourself as well, showing yourself love, taking that quiet moment in the morning and at night to just get zen, I want to say zen-like, but it is that quietness in your own spirit. Spend energy with like-minded people. Okay, and surrender again. Surrender to the Great Spirit, to the Divine Source, and drink more H2O, water. And since we're trying to recycle more with the plastic, perhaps buy the water in the bigger jugs if you're going to buy water, and then pour it in a glass or one of those to-go cups. That way you're not adding to the pollution of the individual water bottles. Be aware of the public water that you're drinking. If you are drinking it right from the tap water, nothing wrong with it if your water is clean, just that you might want to filter it, as most cities, at least in the United States, adds chemicals like high concentrates of chlorine and fluoride. The fluoride and the chlorine cause hardening of the pineal gland, which will block your third eye from opening. You can activate your pineal gland and cleanse it through meditation and through subliminals that you could find on the YouTube channel as well. First up is rose quartz. It heals broken hearts, helps calm with emotional stress. So you have your rose quartz in the raw, and you have rose quartz in the polish. Remember, if we're buying them in the polish, they've gone through trauma to get polished because they came in the raw, like such as this. And so many of these tumbled stones have been through trauma, so give them care and healing as well, because they are energy. Oops, sorry. Okay. Limit yourself on social media, maybe 2 hours a day. Limit the negativity on your page. Delete those things that are not of your highest vibration, highest good. The ones that are always posting negative things about people or politics. Not that you can't be informed on your political choices, but you don't want to be members of those groups that are constantly bashing the other side. Alright. And practice telepathy with your twin, with your counterpart. Use it, even if you don't need practice because you've aced it, so to speak. Maybe you're a pro at it, and that's awesome, but still continue to use it. Whether you're in separation from them, you've pulled back, whether you're together, but continue to use that telepathy. They feel you with the mirror effect. How you feel is how they feel. The energy you're going through, the energy they're going through. So divine feminines, or those that woke up first, raise your vibrations to the highest possible, stay in good spirits, and send them love and light. To heal yourself is to heal your counterpart. Alright, there's a whole big stack. Let me put these back. Alright, so the DM is protecting you from the karmic, from the harsh words. Perhaps the karmic was spending money for curses and black magic. I've experienced this. Many of the divine feminines, high priestess, have experienced it, but as a high priestess, we are also all knowing of the source so that we can protect ourselves. Walk in nature. Not only is this healthy for your mind and to get you relaxed and get zen, but it also reminds you to care for Mother Earth and to care for yourself, because health-wise, walking will help you health in your own health as well as your mental status. And my dog is storing up a storm. I do apologize. This is a divine spiritual journey with self first. See more. Do you soak in a hot bath, candles, a little sage, ask Spirit your questions, and listen to your inner voice while you're soaking there, meditating? It's like almost like taking a milk bath. Yes is the answer. If you had questions on something, and if you can do this, yes you can. If now's the time, yes it is. Time is of the urgency. This past week, especially in November, reach out to your counterparts, reach out or send them love and light in the 5D, but now is the time. November is definitely a high energy we get of, we're feeling the connections with different persons. Surrender to the universe, the divine, and trust it. We have 3 dogs, and all 3 are accompanying us here. So that's not counting the one I have, one that passed over a year ago, and he is here in his spirit form. Has always been my protector, and came back as one of my spirit guides to continue that protecting. Who are some of your spirit guides? I have several animal totem spirit guides. I have several human form spirit guides, ancient or ancestors, kin, of course, from generations and generations ago. Comment below for who you have that you know as your spirit guide and whom you talk to get your guidance from. Help others to see and to learn when we get new people on this page and this channel, that they too will be able to understand what you're going through. Alright, Spirit, give us a divine collective energy, overall energy for this collective, please. Beautiful. The owl is the divine feminine. Cosmic egg is divine masculine. I think yesterday's masculine had an ether card as well, because they're wakening up. They're going through their kundalini. They're getting those aha moments. Let me get these little triangles. Yeah. So divine feminine, you've got the wisdom of the owl. I get the energy for some of you that it's the white owl. Some of you, I'm getting the energy it's the spotted owl. The more awakened ones have the white owl. Those going just starting on their journey, perhaps, or learning more about this journey, I'm seeing is they have the spotted owl. Both owls are, of course, much wisdom, listening to their higher self, in tune to their spirit guides, and they're not afraid of their emotions, but they have a very keen eye for detail, very keen eye for their target in which they need to work on. They're able to go within and identify the white owl with those that are more experienced, can easily identify them, getting those triggers, what needs to be healed as soon as their counterpart or someone triggers them. They're able to say, you know what, I think I need to go in and heal this within me, and not react to that trigger, but they are able to go within immediately because they've got that keen eye now. They've gone through much traumas of these triggers on this journey of healing, going within, and they understand that that's exactly what they need to know. They know of all these little dots around them exactly which one was part of that trigger. And with the divine masculines in the ether, again, this is the Kundalini awakening, that cosmic egg, the divine egg of the aha moments. They're getting those insights. They're starting to pay attention to the dreams as not just dreams. They're realizing, you know what, this might mean something, and listening to the signs of it and trying to put these pieces together like a puzzle, matching all these different vibrations as the Kundalini arises. Working on their self. They're spending more time in hermit mode trying to figure these things out. A lot of more central energy being attracted to that person in their dreams, the higher, their divine counterpart. Whether you've met them or not, but they know that that person is the one lighting the way, that that's the person that's spiritually connected to them. This person perhaps hasn't quite shed their skin yet, but after they hatch from this cosmic egg. I also get a bit of protector here with this snake. Is that egg is its baby, it's its pride's possession, and it's protecting it the way it's wrapped around it. Not going to let this owl get their egg, their precious being, if they need to, if they felt threatened by it, or not going to let the wrong person, thank you Spirit, not going to let the wrong person get that egg, because they know that it's a divine egg, it's from the Great Spirit, and it has a purpose, and it's not going to let it fall in the wrong hands. Thank you Spirit. Okay, so we're going to do body, mind, and soul. Please Spirit, body, mind, and soul to the collector. Well, starting off with the High Priestess, communicating to the King of Swords and Queen of Swords. We have a divine couple already. Amazing. As I said, November, a lot of people are coming in union. I have some jumpers here. Oh, that choice card is back. It was out all day yesterday doing the zodiac readings. I think maybe one zodiac didn't get it. I still have to do Pisces, by the way. Sorry, Pisces, you just had to take a rest last night. Okay, this is in their mind space. And let me get the heart space, Spirit, please. What's in their heart space, the Divine Collective? What is in their emotions and their closest to their hearts that they're feeling the most of? Just take a look at this for a minute. On the bottom you have the Lover's card. One second. Four. do apologize. Let me put it over here and make this such a distraction. Okay. So first up, for the things coming at you with the divine, being the high priestess, the first person that awoke, the chaser, as we say, then that could be a male, but otherwise, because it's a woman in the picture, I just refer to it as a she. Remember, genders don't matter. Clarifying that card. Yes, here, thank you. For some reason, I was drawn to draw the card, the clarifier right off the bat, so I'm just going to go with it. All right, so we have the high priestess here. She is the all-knowing. She's the white owl. She's done her work. She's in the all-knowing. She knows to have, without darkness, we have no light. She equally balances it. She's able to go between the dark world and the light world and play with it like a ball of fire in her hands. She knows very well the study and the science behind this journey, the quantum physics of energy. If you don't know, then study it. She heals not only her own inner child, but she heals the inner child of both herself, her counterpart, her divine masculine, as well as those others. She's a teacher. She's teaching others, perhaps even on the YouTube, of how to heal their inner child, which is vitally important for this journey, is to go within. This journey is all about union with self first, and she understands that. Her divine masculine has come to her, surrendering to the divine Great Spirit for mercy, for the things, those triggers that they've gone. Remember, they don't quite understand perhaps this journey, but they're starting to. They know that she teaches them as well. She's not only teaching them how to heal themselves and go within, but also teaching them to teach others to move forward and to be in union together. Sorry, let me back up. To be in mission together. Thank you, Spirit. To be in mission together, to be in soul purpose. And he has received the enlightenment with this light over his head here, as he is on his knees to the divine Great Spirit and asking for guidance. Again, that communication shows the communication, or represents the communication going from the ground to, from the people, divine masculine, divine feminine, to the divine source, Great Spirit. These words are being heard by the spirit guides, taking and delivering those messages, as well as they are feeling their power. They know that they're supposed to be in their truth, that their spirit guides are directing them to surrender the things that they have told tales about, per se, or not been completely truth. Remember, not saying something is still a lie, more or less, like holding back. The truth, or the complete truth, is still a partial lie, right? These white lies, still, dark lies are white, they're still a lie. They need to be told the truth. They need to come to the light so that you can progress forward. Your spirit guides are there holding you to this, holding you down by your feet and holding you to the demons, so that you know that those thorns in your side you need to speak of, that you need to speak your truth no matter how upset it makes you. Look at his face, it tells it all. Alright, and here we have the Queen of Swords, his counterpart, right, the divine feminine, standing her ground. She has set her boundaries. She's holding her sword in the ground, and she knows her power. She knows her worth, her power, her beliefs, her strengths, and her weaknesses. She's not going to accept a stubborn, cold answer. She's going to accept only the truth. The bull here may be ramming things forward, ready to move forward, but with truth, and that's the only way she'll take it. So in that sense, it is a bit of stubborn energy. However, it's in the divine energy because it's holding for the truth. And in his mind space, he knows that he needs to come in his truth. Again, the facial expression says it all. He's in a hurry. He knows the time is not here. The time is now. That he has received messages from his spirit guides and knows that he needs to take control of his life and be in his truth and move forward. While he's still fully armed in his armor as a knight, but it's so that he can also drive forward to protect the Divine Feminine. Of these choices, the other people in his life, perhaps he's still involved with the karmic, but that should be, once he is enlightened or receives enough powers, then he'll succumb again back down on his knees to surrender that and to be in union or in mission. And this card is about the choices that the divine cup, the divine choice is well, they are well obvious. I just want to say they're obvious. They're hang on. They're like no other, and I keep getting above the rest, like, but not in an ego way of they don't think that they're better than someone, but they are above the rest, Spirit says. So they are well marked. It's obvious whom they are. I just don't want to say above someone because it makes it sound like we are being prideful or in our ego, and that's not the case. This is coming from Spirit saying that they are well marked. They're held to a higher standard. They hold themselves to a higher standard. Therefore, they are above the rest. Their masculines have on their mind is their cup of overflowing love and emotion for self and their counterpart. They know that their divine counterpart mirrors them, looks just like them, but yet a little different. But this is in the mind space, what they're thinking about. They want to communicate. They have received that divine communication, that guidance, and they want to communicate this like with the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, and make this offer to the Divine Feminine as it's right below her. Cup of Love is below him. Choices and communications under the Wands, and him surrendering to the Divine under that. Alright, so back over here. He's surrendering to the Divine because he was in his heart space, so too confused. He was rattled, I would call it monkey mind, right? Because holding himself back behind these bars, but yet all he had to do was move forward, put the damn wand down and walk out of the wands, right? Like, I just don't understand why someone holds themselves back in this fashion. Have faith in yourself, have faith in your spirit guides and in the Divine, and take the step forward. It's like going on a road trip without a map. You can always drive down the road. If you take a wrong turn, you just turn around, follow your steps backwards if you needed to. But this was in reverse, so it's over with, coming out of this energy and finally seeing, because he surrendered, he's seeing that he needs to move forward. So this is in reverse in his heart space, no longer holding himself back, ready to move forward. So it's gone from his heart to his mind to physical, right? And in his heart, he knows that this is what caused the tower, was he did this to himself. Okay, everything, losing everything, hitting rock bottom was because his choices. He made the wrong choices when the Divine handed him obvious signs of the Divine Feminine being there right in front of him, and he chose to stay with the karmic again and again, or he chose to hold on to his devil energies again and again, refusing to let go. So the tower moment comes from the Divine Spirit to let them hit rock bottom, so they have to crawl on their belly, because death here is poking at them, saying there's a death of this old building, your old foundation, right? Stabbing them, say crawl on your belly until you see that you can stand up and walk. Don't hold yourself back. A lot of urgency with that message coming through from Spirit. I'm surprised there isn't some fire. And this is air and ethers, so the fire, the urgency is coming from Spirit, not the energies here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I'm getting a lot of urgency, just like his facial expression in the red of the raging bull is the energy that's coming through in these cards from Spirit regarding these. Okay, underneath the King of Swords, who's being in his truth, whether he likes it or not, but he knows that in his mind that he's full of love and passion, and that he knows that this person mirrors him, and so that is the obvious divine feminine, right, or counterpart. It doesn't have to be a female necessarily, but in his heart space below that is that he wants to build pentacles with this person. He wants equal give and take. He's willing to do the work. He wants to have equal nourishment from the divine. In his heart space, he wants to manifest this. He knows he's received information that he can manifest. Perhaps he knows because he's seen or felt the energy from the divine feminine, the high priestess, that she manifests anything, right? When she is in her power, she's able to manifest new beginnings, new people, persons, things, etc. She makes the changes because she makes her reality. We have all the tools within us to do this. The divine masculines have received that lightning bolt to their head, like an aha moment, the light that has gone on like a light bulb, holding and trying to understand the science behind the journey, holding it close to their heart. This is heart space. Shedding that old skin, their old being. They've already gone through here. This person has already gone through their tower moments, several in a row recently. And each one took them closer and closer to that rock bottom, to the point that they finally shed that old skin, and they're now currently shedding that old skin so that they can bloom and blossom with a new transformation, with a rebirth of the soul. Thank you, Spirit. Continuing with the clarification, please, Spirit. Eight of Wands, please, Spirit. Clarify Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands was the communication from the divine masculine and feminine up to the divine spirit, great spirit, also with their spirit guides regarding their choices at hand. That Two of Swords, they made the choice or decision, and they want to be abundant, working. They're willing to put the work in with the Seven of Pentacles, and the divine feminine has reached a point that she's willing to walk alone. She's willing to walk and move forward and build her own pentacles if the choice is not, if the masculine is not at this time taking the right choices. If he continues to choose wrongly, then at this point in time, Spirit has directed the divine feminines to nurture themselves and move forward on their mission. The end of the three-party situation, the choice was made of which one to choose. Oh, not make. I'm sorry. Yes, that was regarding not making the choice because it's in reverse. So there's three-party situations still going on with karmic, the other people in the masculine's life, trying to decide, before he takes that final step towards the divine one. Perhaps he still wanted something that looked more fun or entertaining or whatever the case is, but putting an end to that choice here. This Five of Wands is about two things, one of which is battles, communication, standing up for themselves, fighting, a lot of bickering and gossip. This card is always my gossip card. These women just look like they're trying to take swings at anybody, and for their own entertainment. per se, almost like a game, because you see like when you have like a baseball team, right, they each have their own colors, and some of the ones fighting here have black on, some have white on, but this one particular woman has her sword up and her hand up like she's trying to teach them the right way, or higher, maybe trying to enlighten them, their intellect, almost like a teaching stance, I guess would be how I feel. Nonetheless, that there's fighting going on, bickering, but someone here is standing up to these others in the back. That was with that communication. And it's regarding the lovers. Perhaps it's been stale. The sword has been anchored in the ground. The lovers here look like they're stone statues and nothing moving forward. It's getting old, it's dying off, and it needs to be ignited. The flame needs to be reignited. And Spirit is going to come in and reignite that flame from the things that are dying off around it. You can see the trees in the background are all dead, but a couple branches look like they're just starting on fire again. And so perhaps passion, once they met, and it was all, the aha moment of hot and heavy, I guess, for lack of better words. But then that dies off, right? The passion starts to go, but you're working on those triggers, and each time you are triggered, you go in and heal it. So now the passion is being reignited at the beginning, almost like a start over or do-over. The Divine Feminine knows that it's time that she just moves forward for her own good, if need be. Clarify this King of Swords, please, Spirit. Clarify the King of Swords. In reverse, we have Nine of Swords. King of Swords is put an end to those sleepless nights, the things all, holding himself accountable or feeling guilty and not able to sleep because of all the things he's either said or done or didn't do or didn't say, and putting an end to that Nine of Swords energy. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords, please. The new beginning. She's ready to move forward with the Six of Swords, putting her things behind her and ready to move forward if he doesn't come, standing her ground. She's standing there for a new beginning with her Ace of Pentacles. Alright, so remember the overall energy is regarding the lovers, being tied together, thinking of the, this person is the gift at the end of the rainbow. Four of Pentacles, clarifying the Knight of Swords. He's ready to move forward with communication. He's finally had the aha moment of which one was marked for the Divine Feminine, or putting an end to the broken ones, the ones that were damaged and looked all shiny and new, but they were not from the Divine. As we have this Four of Pentacles, it should be stability, but if you notice, these two Pentacles are damaged. They're all broke and rusted over and bent. So they're, I won't say worthless, but they're not of the same, they're not the same as the Divine. It's in the back, just like being held to a higher level. It's anchored there, all shiny and new. Oh, got a jumper. Okay, regarding the Seven of Cups, making that choice over these cups, moving as slow as a turtle, trying to wait for calm waters, but the calm waters come after you've united, after you've made that choice, after you've offered the cup of love to that Divine. Other words, for now, still making the choice, the Divine Masculines are in their hangman mode. They're trying to see things from another perspective. Spirit's trying to get them to be in their emotions and see from and think with their heart, not their mind, not be analytical about it. See things from the other person's perspective, both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Most of the Divine Feminine with the High Priestess level have already seen things of what the Masculines are going through. We've seen and been shown from Spirit the pain and anguish they were going through with their karmic. We possibly we're given dreams regarding putting ourselves in their situation to feel that emptiness, to feel the dark night of the soul energy they were suffering with. The masculines are trying now to put themselves in that hangman mode, to just think from another perspective as well. Clarify this Ace of Cups. The Eight of Swords, turning your back to the things that once hurt you and moving forward. You're well aware that they're behind you, but you're not letting them stop you. You're not being encaged by them like here. Okay, this communication card is the Ace. This is what they want. This is what they're thinking about. This is in their mind, right? They know that they can manifest. They are thinking how to speak this truth. So the beautiful Nine of Cups, because they know they have Nine of Cups, and she has Nine of Cups, and they want to bring her that final cup, the one that counts. Bring forth that Ace of Cups, overflowing with love, that they take each of their cups and pour it into one, so they can equally nurture one another, equally love one another unconditionally. So they have that Ten of Cups energy on his mind. This is what he's looking for. This is what he's thinking about. The person he's with, he wants to be abundant in all things with this person. Clarify the Nine of Wands, please, in reverse, Spirit. Star, Aquarian card. That he knows that she's the star, that she's the one that's leading him, that he's following the light in the sky that is her. That she heals him and is helping him transform like a butterfly, and he's listening to the intuitions, he's listening to now the guidance that she's directed him to, those synchronicities and symbols in the air. There's a bonsai plant in this tree, or in this butterfly, the white owl. Clarify the Tower, please. Let me just finish the shuffle. Anything else for the Tower? No, I'm not taking a while. Tower, clarifying the Tower. Yes, it's going to take strength to stand up, but if you are in your heart space, you know that you need that strength. As a Hierophant, you know you need the strength to be in this level, to be the equal to the High Priestess, Hierophant. Protecting the flame, protecting your journey, loving and nurturing yourself. Clarify Six of Pentacles. Clarify Six of Pentacles, Spirit. Six of Pentacles, because she is the Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, in communication, she wants the high level, royal communication, truth, things that will blossom, the words that will come and blossom, and he knows that she is lighting the way to that she's keeping the truth lit. And he wants that Ten of Pentacles with her, and he's willing to turn his back on the karmic to come to her so that he can be abundant in all things. Manifestation card, Magician card, Clarify Magician card. Right on the floor, excuse me. Okay, Two of Wands, he's making that choice. He's manifested this. He's choosing the wand, the person that he wants to move forward with. Oops. Temperance is here to balance things out. Regarding that choice, the Four of Cups, he chose the wand. He chose that cup. because he knows that she is the Empress. She's all 4 queens in one. She's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. She births the new beginnings. And the Chariot is here to move forward rapidly. This is a fast-paced energy. Like she's in that Chariot ready to go, and he best hop on. This is, you can see she's in the Chariot ready to go, and he needs to climb aboard. Get aboard or wait for the next train. The train is not taking you where that Chariot can take you. Anything else, Spirit, would you like to pass on? Anything else from this deck? Oops. Guess so. So yes, put down those things that no longer, put down those things that no longer serve you, 7 of Swords, so that you can come out of the cold and bring her out of the cold. She's the Queen of Cups, full of emotion, ready to share unconditional love with you, ready to share and be equal with the 8 of Pentacles, the building your empire together, Spirit. And she's been protecting that flame connection, but she's also working on self, working on her pentacles, knowing that this is a divine connection. She'll either work this empire alone as the High Priestess, or you'll join her. Remember, the Chariot is here moving forward. But you know that she's the High Priestess, that she sees all, knows all, that she is very gifted and in her power, that she sees behind the veil, she sees the truth behind the lies, she can see again into the other dimensions, into the other worlds, and this 2 of Cups is better than this Lovers, because, let's set that back down so I only hold this energy. This is a divine connection. You're tied to the person, but having this 2 of Cups, emotions where you're nurturing yourself with your cup of love, she's nurturing herself, but you're also nurturing her, and the Divine Feminine's nurturing the masculine, and he reciprocates equally. And so what energy she sends to him, healing him, he reciprocates, sending back to her. It's an equal balance, give and take. This is someone that wants to be a partner, a team player, someone that wants to evolve together as one. Yeah, that. Okay, the Knight of Cups is moving forward. He has made his decision. He has the strength to move forward because he knows who his divine is. He hears her, he hears the telepathic communication, which we had in that first card this morning, right? And yes, he is here in the journey with her. He knows he's on the same journey as her, moving things forward. He is healing her as well, moving things forward now, because he's chosen. True and precise messages from the spirit guide. Okay. We have a 0, like the Fool card. We have a 19, which is 10, an ending, and we have 11, which is awesome. So really, that's so cool. You can go like this. yeah, the 10, 11, and the new beginning. So with the 10 card, because 19, 9 breaks through 10, a 1, really. Budding trees, moon. It's a hawk. It's beautiful. He's all spread. His wings are spread so far out, with faith, expectations, process, goals. He knows there's a process regarding this situation, regardless of what his goals are. He knows that the divine has a process. Just as trees are planted, they bloom before they can blossom fully, right? So they know that that little tiny blossom still needs to be nurtured in order for it to give its full flower, the full bloom. This is a process in that plant, as is this partnership. Thanks, Spirit. There are expectations, expecting these blooms will blossom, expecting if they nurture it, it will bloom and come to fruition. And expectation of, if he takes flight, is this hawk, sorry, if he takes flight like this hawk, he's having expectations to soar. The number 11 card is partner, lessons, growth, trust. To me, this is also partnership. You have the two that are divinely, there's two flames coming out of this smoke pipe. The peace pipe? Yeah, maybe it's a peace pipe, but there's two flames like coming up out of it, and you have the wolf and the puma. While they're both animals, right, but they are different, but yet they mirror one another in this picture you can see here in a second, just as the twin flame is. And this is the card 11, but it's about lessons, growth, and trust. So trust the process, that when they triggered you and you had that pain, and even though you may have held a little bit of resentment towards them, know that you have to go in and heal that trigger, whatever it was. If it's jealousy, if it's promiscuousness, if it's something to do with the devil energy, such as drinking, but trust that that lesson, that trigger, that pain, now gives you growth, to grow, to evolve into something stronger. And for 0, this is the medicine wheel, oneness, inner growth, contemplation. Yes, you grow. Where's the other card that was oneness, right? The Two of Cups. Remember, they Spirit said that they want to evolve together as oneness. They want to nurture one another as if they're themselves, because they mirror and reflect one another. They trigger each other. This hawk here, this gazelle, and this bear. The bear is a protector of the family, the cave, the provider. The elk has the speed and the insight and the ears. And the hawk, of course, soars over with precision, precise sight, and contemplation. Inner growth and contemplation. Inner growth is what we have to do. Contemplation is contemplate when that trigger comes. Contemplate, okay, well, why is this triggering me? What do I need to heal? Go inside for the inner growth and heal it, so that you can come out healed and evolved and be one then with the person that triggers you, which is usually your divine counterpart. Those are the messages I have for you today from Spirit. I'm going to next do the career and finance. If you want to hop over on that video, it'll be up in a few minutes. Have a blessed day.